your pieces.
Right, so we're all good. So if I could just... Sorry, you all right?
Sorry, yep.
Yep, we're all good.
So if I could just, perhaps on behalf of New Zealand Rugby, firstly, pass our best wishes on to Lady Verna and Colin's children and his grandchildren. Obviously another sad day for New Zealand Rugby as we mourn the loss of, arguably the greatest legend of the game. So even though we've known he's been unwell for a long time, it's always a sad day when he finally does pass. So I don't know if there's too much more I can add really. I think the testimony for Sir Colin is well known, but I guess I'd like to just emphasise the contribution that he made after he finished playing, both to the game, where I think he filled virtually every role he can around the team and certainly around the council table, and also he did a tremendous amount of work for the charities that were close to him. And I know certainly the Rugby Foundation will miss his contribution dearly.
What are your major memories of him, I suppose, on the field and maybe off too?
Well, like many people in my generation, I grew up watching him play, and he was just awesomely good, wasn't he? Big man, incredibly skillful. I think would have suited the modern game brilliantly. Perhaps not the scrutiny of the television match official. We probably would have had to modify one or two things, but from a talent and from a commitment and heart, there's never been a greater player. So that's a childhood memory, I guess, as a person that's been involved in the game for a period of time now. I mentioned this to Tony Beach this afternoon. I remember very clearly ringing him to explain that we were putting AIG onto the All Black jersey, and he said to me, "You have to do it." I said, "Yep, Colin, we're at a point where we need a game changer. We've got to step things up. Have you done it well?" "Yep." "Okay. I don't like it, but I'll support you." And I think that's the sort of bloke he was.
I guess the memories are from the snippets you saw on TV and the stories that were told. I think in this All Black environment, he's the absolute legend. Not only New Zealand Rugby and World Rugby. So for me, he's kind of that person who he probably would have stood out today. A forward, ran like a back, carried the ball in one hand. Just an awesome man. Also probably had the pleasure, I guess, to sit down with him a couple of times, and he wasn't shy on having a beer and just having a good yarn. So just a top man to talk to.
Yeah, I suppose shaking his hands, he had huge hands. It was out like the first time he shook his hand.
Pretty intimidating, mate. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He'd give his time to anyone, and it was just great, I guess, to rub shoulders with a man like that.
Did he give you any advice?
Not really. No. He realised what the game was like today. It's a slightly different game, but he just, always was very encouraging. For a fellow All Black, it was pretty awesome to hear that from him.
Any enduring images, Rito? Just Steve Hansen spoke about, we've seen that one where he had the ball in one big hand in South Africa in 1970.
Yeah, that's probably the one that sticks out in my mind. We have his image up in our team room most weeks, and as a legend of our club, and that certainly sticks out. I think the fact he was running, is kind of leaping over guys, showing the pace of the back and doing that as a forward was pretty awesome.
It's just a reminder of the legacy of the All Blacks, is it, when you put a picture or something like that up?
Yeah, it's just, reminds us of where we've come from and who we represent, and the type of people who have been before us.
Even as man who's played as many tests as you have, do you still feel a certain amount of pull for these guys?
Oh, most certainly. Any All Black is part of the club, and a guy like Colin and Pinetree, who was fantastic. Actually, I remember we'd drive down from counties to Taranaki probably twice a year to see my family, and Dad would always point out, I don't know if he knew it was true, but he'd point out Pinetree's farm just out of T40 there, and as kids in the back seat we'd always know when it was coming, and right on cue Dad would say, "Oh, just down there, 10 minutes, is Pinetree's farm." So know exactly where his farm was, mate, and point that out. But it's he's a legend, and awesome, for New Zealand as well.
Kieran, when the team heard this morning, was there a team moment or something along those lines in terms of the news that you received?
we haven't come together as a team, but just catching up with the guys. Everyone's just here, shared a few stories. It's a sad day, but it's a great time to kind of share, I guess, the life he had, and the boys, appreciate, what he's done for this team, and love the memories that he created.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Kieran.
Sweet. Cheers, guys.
Thanks.